True crime cases often begin in the most ordinary places. A quiet neighborhood, a normal workday, a life that appears to be just beginning. In May of 1990, a young nurse named Marilyn Mitchell moved into a townhouse in Dothan. She had just graduated from nursing school and was excited about her future. Friends described her as compassionate, hardworking, and full of optimism. But only days after moving into her new home, that future would come to a sudden and tragic end. Her death would shock the community, launch a years-long investigation, and eventually lead to the conviction of Artis Hammonds. This is the story of the crime, the investigation, the DNA breakthrough, and the decades of legal battles that followed. Part 1: A New Beginning. In the spring of 1990, Marilyn Mitchell was beginning a new chapter in life. After completing her nursing education, she moved to Dothan, Alabama, where she planned to work and start building her career. Those who knew her described her as responsible, determined, and deeply caring toward patients and family members alike. She had recently purchased furniture and was in the process of settling into her new townhouse. Her fiancé was preparing for their future together. For most young couples, the first home is filled with excitement and anticipation. But something unimaginable would soon interrupt that new beginning. Part 2: The Discovery. On May 15, 1990, Marilyn's fiancé went to check on her at the townhouse. Something immediately felt wrong. The home appeared quiet. Inside, he discovered a scene that would leave the community stunned. Marilyn had been violently attacked inside the home. Police quickly arrived and secured the scene. Investigators soon realized that the crime was extremely brutal. Evidence suggested there had been a violent struggle inside the bedroom. The murder deeply affected the community of Dothan. For a town not accustomed to violent crime, the case became the center of intense concern. Who had done this? And why? Part 3: Early Investigation. Detectives from the local police department began working the case immediately. They interviewed neighbors. They searched for witnesses. They collected physical evidence from inside the townhouse. Investigators learned something important early in the investigation. Just one day before the crime, furniture had been delivered to the home. 2 delivery workers had been inside the townhouse assembling bedroom furniture. One of those workers was Artis Hammonds. At the time, however, investigators had very little evidence directly linking anyone to the crime. And despite their efforts, the case began to stall. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. The murder of Marilyn Mitchell slowly became what investigators call a cold case. Part 4: The Case Goes Cold. Cold cases can be some